It's time for another video on lane splitting, and we're recording in a car. Why in a car since you're making a video about motorcycling? Because it's actually more comfortable to work in a car. Plus I gotta kill some time, and today I'm in New Braunfels. There's a American flag, a Texas flag. There's I-35. I don't know what road that is. But nonetheless, I'm here at Taco Cabana, the best restaurant in the state of Texas. But this video is going to be about lane splitting, and good news. In about a month, I guess a month ago, actually a few months ago, Colorado approved lane splitting. Yes, they call it lane filtering, but filtering is a kind of lane splitting. It's basically riding between cars. And since Colorado did that, I said, well, there's no point in reinventing the wheel. It can just be done other places too. And like that I'm actually for trying to get it at the federal level, but I'm kind of like not in the know. I don't really know anybody, but I want to say Colorado passed this, and there's a website where it shows all the people, organizations or whatever that lobbied for it, against it, or monitored. So basically everybody that had something to do with the creation was not just some dude like me or you who's just doing this as a hobby. Everybody was getting paid. And one of the so let me list the people and the amount of good, or the amount of how much they helped. Okay, there was one company hired one lobbyist for I guess a little bit of time. I'm not sure how this works, because I guess you hire people for so long. I guess you pay them by like a day rate or something. That's how it works. Okay, so some of the organizations hired a bunch different lobbyists for different times. I guess different days. So I guess it's like a day rate thing. I don't know. Day labor, whatever. So this one group hired one person, one lobbyist, one time, and they are the American Motorcycle Association. You would think the American Motorcycle Association would have been the lead. You'd think, oh, they would have been the lead. They would have been the one in charge. They would have been the one throwing all of their money into the lobbyists. But they hired one person one time. And another person, their organizations hired a lobbyist. Was it something called Capital Focus LLC? I don't know what Capital Focus LLC is, but it's good they did it. Maybe there's a shadow group, but whatever it is, I'm glad they did it. So thank you, Capital Focus LLC, and hopefully Capital Focus can do this all across America, or do it more actively. And then another one, this other group, they hired 3 separate lobbyists for I'm not sure how long, but they were the Colorado Criminal Defense Bar. So this is a group that defends people and makes sure rights are not violated, and it's good because they're not like a motorcycle centric thing, but they did it, and that's good. And so in other states, if you want to do it on the state link, you got to get some of these regular people to get involved too. And then the one that was the most active was the Power Sport Dealers Association of Colorado. They hired 4 individual lobbyists. Then they hired another one, so that'd be 5. Then they hired another one, so that'd be 6. So they hired them for supporting. They hired them for amending. So I guess when I guess maybe there was problems. They said, oh, we got to fix it. Well, they hired lobbyists to amend it, which meant I guess rewrite it and then hand it. And then they hired, after that, they hired 3 more. So that's 4. That's more than I can count. So then they hired 3 more to monitor it afterward, and it all went through. So like I said, the number 1, those are annoying motorcycles out there making a lot of noise. I don't like those kinds of motorcycles, but that's just me. But I'm saying, so number 1, lobbyists, number 1, people that put the money behind their actions, because they say money speaks louder, or the action speaks louder than words, or money talks, or something walks, I don't know. But the Power Sports Dealers Association, they did it. Why did they do it? They did it to say they could increase sales. Okay, so that's good. But and that's like I've said before. I said, why do we have public skate parks? Because the skateboard industry. Why do you have bike lanes? The bike industry. You know, come on. The bike industry is the bicycle advocacy industry. It's all the same players. So the Power Sport Dealers Association needs to get behind this. And then you can say, well, who was opposing it? Who was opposing it? You would think, well, who would oppose this? You know, would it be just like a bunch of grumpy people? No. The people that opposed it, and it's not a people, it's not a person. The biggest entity that was against it was the city of Colorado Springs. To start, they hired 2 lobbyists to say, I oppose. And then it says, then they hired 5 more. So that's 8. They then hired 8 people. Colorado Springs City. Let's use the city taxpayers of Colorado Springs. Oppose it. So that was pretty bad. And then this next person, this organization, the Colorado Association of Chiefs of Police, hired 2 more lobbyists to oppose it. So they didn't want it either. And then here we go, another person opposed it. Who would that be? AAA, the Auto Club Group, AAA Colorado. What's the matter, AAA Colorado? What's the matter with you? Come on. So they didn't hire 2 people, 2 lobbyists to oppose it. So there's a lot of people opposing it. And then another one, this next group hired 7 lobbyists to oppose it, and they were the county sheriffs of Colorado. 7 people, just that group, hired with money. Here's money, go oppose it. Thankfully, it passed. Thankfully, it passed. That's what I gotta say. And then, did you know some people also hire lobbyists just to monitor? These groups hired people, and maybe some of them hired it to monitor and oppose, but the county sheriffs of Colorado, they hired 7 people to monitor it. That's not including the other people. Something called the E-470 Public Highway Authority, they hired 1 person to monitor it. And the National Association of Mutual Insurance Companies, they hired 2 people to monitor it. Something called PPACG hired 2 to monitor it. The Boulder Chamber, I guess it's like Chamber of Commerce for Boulder, Colorado. They didn't oppose it, they didn't support it, but they paid people to monitor it. The Colorado State Patrol Association, so I guess that's like the union for the highway patrol. They didn't oppose it. Those other groups were not them. They hired 1 person to monitor it. And the Power Sport Dealers, they hired 3 people to monitor it. And who was hired to amend it? The Power Sports Dealers, they amended it. They hired 1 person to amend it. And the City of Colorado Springs hired 7 to amend it. So basically the City of Colorado Springs wanted to amend it by saying, no, you can't have it. I'm just assuming. I'm not really in the know. And all in all, it passed. Got the governor's signature, and let me do a timeline because I think that would be pretty interesting. Okay, the bill was introduced January 22nd, 24. This was about the time I think I started making videos actually about lane splitting. So, and those videos got a lot of views, like over 500, which is a lot for me. So maybe my videos, and you too can make some videos too, because I think all this stuff matters. Because the bill was introduced January 22nd. It passed the state Senate, February 13th. Passed the House March 18th, and it was signed into law on April 4th. That's pretty quick. So maybe that's how it works. But you know, like I said, I started doing my videos around that time too. So I think my actions are helping. So yeah, I think that's how you get it done. And there's more noisy motorcycles. It's weird. I'm pushing for lane splitting, and I think all these motorcycles, a lot of them are like really noisy and annoying in the lane. But that's just me. I just don't like traffic jams. I'm doing it so I can ride through traffic jams, and anybody else who wants to ride through traffic jams, they can do it. So this is a long video, so I think we might as well end it there. Thanks for watching, and keep out there. Just keep doing whatever the heck you're doing, and let's just hope this spreads.